Today I'm going to be showing you how to make combination charts using your secondary axis. It's important to note that when you do this, both series, because I'm going to be using the kilowatt hour series and the energy cost series, have the same horizontal x-axis. And for us, that's actually going to be our start time. Over here, I have a blank pivot table. It's already pre-made and set up. We click on the pivot table builder, and from here we mark our row tables as start time. This is going to be our x-axis right here. So whatever you want to be on the x-axis, I would suggest putting it in the row labels column. So just think about that as you're putting your pivot table together. Our two values are going to be kilowatt hours and energy cost. Okay, so we have that all set up. I'm going to exit out of this screen. Sometimes when you highlight the whole table, starting up at the top here, you get your charts look a little funny. So what I like to do is I like to insert the labels myself, because it makes it a little easier for me in the long run if the chart's not set up exactly how you want it, because sometimes these values get mixed up and your row labels will end up on your x-axis, or your row labels will end up on your y-axis, and these will end up on your x-axis. At least from previous experience, that's what's happened if I include the labels up on top. So I'm going to highlight these values, go to charts, and it doesn't really matter what chart you create. It's dependent on you and what you think best represents your data, but for now I'm going to start with the line chart. So I have my line chart created. I'll bring it down here right below the set. Actually, I'm going to put it right next to the pivot table. That way I can see what I'm doing as I can see what I'm doing and have the data right next to me. It makes things look nice, and it keeps everything organized. So if you look right here at these values, it doesn't really make sense for us to have our sum energy cost marked using this y-axis as kilowatt hours. So if we click on this and we go into the Format tab and click on Format Selection, we can make this our secondary axis. Boom. Alright, that's done. And if you look at it, these are going to be your kilowatt hour values. You can tell because by looking at the column, these values are significantly higher than these values over here. And this is going to be our energy cost column. Once you have everything set up and ready to go, then you can start labeling things. And this is where I'm going to click on Select Data, Series 1. We look at this and we know that Series 1 was our kilowatt hours. So type in kilowatt hours right here, go down here, and then make this our total energy column. Total energy, oh no, energy cost column. Series, I meant to say series. Okay. If you look at this, we now have them labeled, and the last thing we have to do is label our axis, and we will do this by going to the Chart Layout tab, Axis Titles, Primary Horizontal Axis, which is the one to your left, right over here. Click on that. Kilowatt hours. One more time. Click on the secondary axis title, and we will make this our energy cost in dollars. Make sure you specify units. Okay. And that just about sums it all up. If you want, you can add your title But for now, and all extensive purposes, this is how to make a combination chart using a secondary axis.